But I'm telling you, I can't handle the craziness. I can't handle the crazies. If you have a case of the crazies, I need you to please keep the negative energy away from me, honestly. And I think you should apply the same thing to yourself. Life is too short. The energy vampires are running on afterburners right now. I'm starting to get the crazy Facebook messages. I'm starting to get the mass emails that are going out and all the conspiracy theories and all this stuff. And I want to stay away from all of it. And I recommend that you stay away from it as well, or it'll make you insane. We are at a crossroads in this country right now. It's a very delicate situation, and the last thing we need is more fuel on the fire. The last thing we need is people coming out with all these crazy conspiracies. I've never lived through such a period in my life, honestly, as right now. I mean, all of this insanity is making COVID look like a field trip to the zoo or something. It's going to end up looking like a field trip to the zoo by the time this is over with. So I've got people emailing me and sending me on social media that Trump's up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. He's in the mountain. He's barricaded into the mountainside, and we're going to have martial law by Monday, and the world's falling apart, and everything's happening. All this stuff's happening. There's no evidence of it whatsoever. There's no evidence whatsoever that any of this is happening. But people take these emails that they get it from their Uncle Joe, and they love Uncle Joe. I mean, who doesn't love Uncle Joe, right? You love your Uncle Joe, so you believe that he's sending you this stuff. You believe that what he's sending you is real. And then you don't even fact check it. You just send it out to your cohorts and your family and your friends. And next thing you know, you got 20 million people believing a lie. And it's no good. It's no good. Yeah, the milks just fell in the back, but that's okay. They're sealed. So anyway, try to keep the craziness away, or you're going to make yourself insane. You really are. And focus on the positives in your life right now. Focus on the things you can control, all right? You can control yourself and your own actions, and you can control your own thinking, always. You can always control your own thinking. I don't care what you may think, you control your thoughts. I mean, if you don't control your thoughts, then who's controlling them? I mean, if you're not in control of your thoughts, you're a danger to yourself and you're a danger to society. If somebody else is doing the thinking for you in your head, I mean, clearly you're the one think, you're the one choose. And I'm telling you right now, disinformation, we're in a danger zone from hysteria, the mass media machine, making everybody so volatile. They're emotionally volatile right now because the mass media has been scaring you from the time you were born about something or another. That's what the mass media does. The mass media hysteria machine needs to keep you scared, stupid, and insecure. Remember that. The mass media, that's how their ratings go up. When you're scared, stupid, and insecure, their ratings go through the roof. And that's too high of a price to pay. It's too high of a price to pay to be scared, stupid, and insecure. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to play their game. Anyway, I'm driving, so obviously I can't read any comments if there are comments to be read. I appreciate you being here. Please share this video with as many people as you can, and don't let the crazies get to you. They are just crawling out of the woodwork. I'm telling you, people, I don't know what's going on. It's like people have lost their mind. We have lost our mind. And I'm telling you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to devolve into politics. I talked about politics on the radio for 20 plus years. I'm not doing it anymore. I got out of it. But this is another reason why. If I hadn't gotten out of it then, I'd be getting out of it right now. I'd be getting out of it right now. My heart couldn't take what's going on right now, to be debating back and forth. And you have something interesting, and it's not a political commentary at all what I'm about to say. It's the truth if you're willing to see it. And that is the Republicans doing no wrong, with a few exceptions, and the Democrats thinking the Democrats do nothing wrong, right? It's the old saying, their crap don't stink, right? And I'm seeing that, and it's really dangerous. It's dangerous. It's almost cultish. It's very cultish. Politics today has replaced radical religion. Politics today has replaced radical religion, and it's become a cult for many. Not for all. Not for all. We still have the moderates out there. We still have the people that are kind of middle of the road, the people who can still think for themselves. But the people on the far end of either side, they brainwash themselves so deeply that they don't even know which way is up anymore. They really don't. And it's sad to me. It's sad and it's dangerous on top of being sad. It's very dangerous. When the collective groups out there can't think for themselves anymore, we're in a very dangerous situation. So that's why I've always been a free thinker. The older I get, the more free thinking I become. And I'm not going to let the Republicans decide for me what I should be thinking. I'm not going to let the Democrats think for me. But it's really, really tragic that what's happening right now is you have people that will defend their party's actions no matter what. And the right is just as culpable as the left. The left is just as culpable as the right. Right? The Republicans think the Democrats are demons, and the Democrats think the Republicans are demons. And what you have is you have tens of millions of people who have forgotten how to think for themselves, and they're just doing what their party is telling them to do. They're reacting in ways that their leaders are telling them to react. And you know how I know this to be a fact? That invariably, almost without exception, when they trick people, they'll do videos on the internet. You can find these all over YouTube. They will trick people by asking them questions, okay, going over policy platforms and things like that, that the person believes to be from whoever they say it is. So in other words, they'll talk to a bunch of college students, right? And they'll say, what do you think about Donald Trump, his comments last night about this, about, I don't know, birth control, okay, about Iran, whatever. They'll read what's supposed to be Donald Trump's quote in his policy platform, right, on the death penalty or something. And what they find, without exception, is that the people who love Donald Trump will say, oh, man, that's great stuff. That's great stuff. And then they tell them, well, that's not really Donald Trump that said that. That was really Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler said that. What do you think now? Oh, no, I don't believe it, man. You said Trump said it, so it must be Trump. And then what they find is that the people who hate Trump, and you attribute it to Trump, they say, oh, no, well, that's fascism. That's awful thinking. That's backwards thinking. That's redneck thinking, whatever they want to say. And then you say, well, actually, that's from Barack Obama. That was Barack Obama's policy on immigration. And then all of a sudden, their jaws fall to the ground because they've been so brainwashed into believing the minute you told them it was a Donald Trump quote, the people who love him think it's a brilliant quote. And the people who hate him think it's an awful quote. And that's how I know that we become so blinded by politics that we'll believe anything that we want to believe. Think about it. You believe what you want to believe. You choose your thoughts, you choose your belief systems. And beliefs are just thoughts that you think over and over again to be true, and that's how they become beliefs. And then they become so unwavering that even in the face of contradiction, people don't even know how to react. They have no idea how to react. The minute you tell them it's really Adolf Hitler that said that, that wasn't Barack Obama's quote about immigration, that was Adolf Hitler's quote about immigration, then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know. It's kind of my extreme example, and I'm exaggerating a little bit to make the point, is you can give somebody a candy bar made out of horse crap, and if you wrap it up in M&Ms, if you wrap it up in Snickers, if you wrap it up in Milky Way, if you wrap it up in Three Musketeers, they're going to taste what they want to taste. And that's really just horse crap they're eating. But if they convince themselves enough that they're having, a Three Musketeers bar, that's what it's going to be to them. That's why the placebo effect is so powerful. The mind's an incredible thing, that we ought to start using our minds more, because the mind's an incredible thing to play around with. The placebo effect, as most of you are aware, is giving someone a sugar pill and convincing them that if they take this sugar pill twice a day, their arthritis will go away. And guess what? in statistically significant numbers, people's arthritic symptoms go away. If you tell them this pill will help with your heart palpitations, all of a sudden their heart palpitations go away mysteriously. If you tell someone this is going to help your foot pain, you know that foot pain you've been complaining about? Take this pill 3 times a day, your foot pain will be gone in a week. And guess what? Their foot pain's gone in a week. They can have a nail sticking through their foot, but if they believe with enough faith that that pill is alleviating their foot pain, they're not going to feel pain anymore. So it's a good thing. The mind's a very powerful thing, and the mind is our best friend, but it's our worst enemy too, depending on how we use it. So please stop believing the Kool-Aid, as I call it, Kool-Aid, from either party. Think for yourself. We are in potentially dangerous times if we allow them to be. These are only dangerous times if we allow them to be. If we just, well, I'm a Taoist at heart. I really am. I'm a practitioner and a student of the Tao as much as I can. The Tao Te Ching, I think, is probably the most brilliant book ever written in any language. And I'm telling you now, our leadership is so far removed from the Tao. Our leadership is so far removed, it seems like the inmates are running the proverbial asylum, right? The inmates are running the asylum. And we have to realize it doesn't have to be that way. I'm really sorry I can't read the comments, guys. I see a lot of comments scrolling up on the screen, so I appreciate it if you're watching this. Don't let the crazies get to you. Please, you can become insane just by watching too much of the news, too much of the media. And for whatever you do, don't believe all these emails that are going out and all these Facebook messages your friends are sending out that Donald Trump, it's funny, it's attributed to nothing solid, nothing reliable, nothing dependable, nothing that's worth 2 craps. They won't show you the source of the information, but allegedly Donald Trump is in a bunker somewhere in a mountain in Cheyenne, Wyoming, just waiting for the apocalypse to happen, I guess. It's not true. He's not in a mountain in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And all this stuff that people are saying is going to happen is not going to happen. I hope we regain our brains again. I really do. And look, you can't change the world. The world is the world. You can change yourself. That's the best we can do. I saw a quote that a friend of mine, Glenn, if you're watching this, Glenn, I give you credit here, Glenn Conley. I won't mention his full name, but Glenn Conley shared a quote that I love so much. And it said something like, imagine if we spread love as easily and as quickly as we spread hate. Imagine what a beautiful world we'd live in. Think about that one for a minute. I'm going to leave you with that. Imagine if we could spread love and kindness as easily and as quickly as we spread hatred and fear. Imagine what kind of a world we'd live in. Take care, my friends. Much love to all of you. Thanks for watching. It's not much. I'm just driving down the highway. But thanks for watching and thanks for listening. And remember, always, always choose the most positive thought you can. Take care.